Yeah. Okay. I am thankful to learn that I will never title a video breast or thighs again, Tom.
Oh, baby. It's the day after Thanksgiving. It's Black Friday. And if you're listening to this or watching this, that means you didn't get trampled out of Walmart. And I'm glad you're here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show, otherwise known as G. P. S. Was Voldemort doing that last S there? Tom Grossi Perna.
The P in GPS today stands for penalty. It
Yes,
stands
does.
for penalty. The G stands for go F yourself, referees. And the S stands for suck it, referees. But the P, just penalties.
That the P is penalty. By the way, and to help get you through those games yesterday, you only needed 2 letters, and that was D and K, because that's, you know, how, right? That was
DraftKings.
pretty good.
DraftKings. We did it.
That was solid.
GPS. DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the app if you're going to do sports betting. Use code GPS. Our link is in the description. And yesterday during Thanksgiving, did I hit my 3 QB parlay?
Yeah, you
You
did.
betcha, sweet buns. I hit the parlay. Thank you to Andy Dalton hitting the over, Dak Prescott hitting the over, and Josh Allen being so good. They pulled him out of the game early, so he hit the under.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to parlay your bets, have a little fun with it, like I did on Thanksgiving, DraftKings is the place to do it. And they're giving new customers a deposit bonus. They'll match your first-time deposit of up to $1,000. So you got to check it out.
Check it.
I think they need to start putting an over-under for the amount of penalties that will be
Agreed.
called in the game.
Agreed.
Because the 28 accepted in the Cowboys-Raiders game is actually unacceptable. I don't think you can bet on that. You don't think you can bet on that yet.
Not yet.
But if you're going to do sports bettings, listen to all of my advice. GPS is your code.
Oh, yeah.
And they've got the DraftKings fantasy app if you can't do sports betting in your state.
Wait a minute.
Millions of prizes there as well. And just thankful for the
Legal!
sponsor. Legal disclaimer.
Wow, I'm on
If
my game
that
today.
Legal disclaimer doesn't do the trick. Nothing will. All right, Tom. What are we doing today? What are we doing today?
We got so much to talk about, buddy. We're gonna recap these 3 Thanksgiving games. If you could call them games. We're gonna talk about them. And of course, we're gonna look ahead to some week 12 matchups, some real stinkers in there, but some potentially good games. So we got lots to talk about. I think the most important thing that I want to start off with and talking about what we are thankful for is Matthew Nagy won the game.
Wow.
Brilliant coaching. Brilliant. One of the best coaching games I've ever seen in my life. Just sign him forever and ever and ever and ever and ever.
That's the Bears' endeavor to sign Matt Nagy forever and ever and ever.
That's it.
Boom. My wife was so nice.
We love Jess Raid. It was true.
Yes, you did.
We did. It was very wholesome.
The Bills Saints game was so boring that Tom and I just kept rating each other's streams.
It's true.
Just back and forth. Go watch
It's
Tom. True. I rated Tom twice, and he was not even on screen. It was just his chair. Just his chair. So
It's just chairs to chairs to chairs. Yeah. Let's. You know what? I had a thought.
Mhm.
Bram. So I was taking. Look, it's true, Mets. It's true.
It is hard to watch football right now.
I had a thought, and it was a pretty deep thought. If you'll indulge me for a moment. I was driving Sinclair to the vet this morning. So she get those bandages redone, re-upped, and I was thinking about Mat Nagy. While I was driving in my car, and I was like, you know what would actually be, because let's be honest, unfortunately, Mat Nagy is probably not going to be employed by the Chicago Bears at the end of the season, right?
Correct.
Most likely going to get fired. It's trending in that direction. So I was thinking, okay, well, what if, 10, 15 years down the line, there's this new hotshot coach that just emerges out of nowhere in the NFL, becomes the Bears head coach. People are like, wow, this kid, he's incredible, right? He's a wonderling. He's amazing, right? He's just one of the best coaches we've ever seen. Takes the Chicago Bears franchise, right, with Justin Fields, and they're just crushing it, right? They're actually going undefeated. They're sweeping the Packers, right? They're laying waste to everyone. And they're like, wow, this kid's incredible. Kid's incredible, right? Sean McVay, move over like Sean McOld person, because it's 10 to 15 years in the future.
Sean McLame.
Nailed it. So then what happens? It's the NFC Championship game, right? It's at Soldier Field. They've clinched the number 1 seed. They're playing the Green Bay Packers. They finally have a chance to exercise their demons, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. Before the game starts, right? Mm-hmm. This kid, who's now a man, just goes over to Justin Fields, right? And he's like, "Here, buddy, have some Gatorade to start it," right? Justin's like, "Coach, I love you so much. You were the best man at my wedding. I love you." Downs the Gatorade. And then the coach pulls Justin Fields real close and whispers in his ear, "There's laxatives in there." Justin Fields is horrified. "What? How could you do this to me?" Who is it? Mat Nagy's son, who got booed at his high school football game. And he just whispers one thing.
Wow.
The Nagys send their regards. And then they lose against the Packers, and then he leaves. And that is what I was thinking about while I was driving to the vet this morning.
Wow. Does he change his name to trick the Bears?
Yes, he changed his name.
Matt. What's his name? We'll call him Kurt.
I don't even know his name.
Kurt Baggy.
Yeah. Yep.
Kurt Baggy.
Yep. He just changed his name so no one knows of his past.
That's not true. Our promo code's still good at DraftKings.
Yeah.
Better be. It better be.
It better be. Or you guys paid us for nothing. I think that would be the greatest thing in it. Matt Ditka.
Hi, I'm Matt Ditka, your new Bears coach.
I literally thought of that entire scenario while driving to the vet this morning.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? That's going to be
I'm
too
with
long.
you, Tom. When I'm left alone in the car to think, my brain starts going in weird directions.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, the most important thing, Brandon Perna, is exactly what 1337 just said. The next game that the Detroit Lions play are against the Minnesota Vikings, meaning that my fantasy that the first win for the Lions will come against the Vikings is still alive. Still alive.
Wow.
So
I don't think that's going to happen, Tom.
I
saw a Chicago Bears team that was gifted a victory by the Detroit Lions' incompetence, and I don't think that's going to be fixed anytime soon. So this weekend, or this Thursday, NFL games marred by flags. Now, something nobody's mentioning are all the flags from the Lions game.
Yep.
And that's because the Lions deserved all of their damn dumb flags. They had a chance to close out this game.
Yeah.
And they had I think 3 penalties in a row. It was 2 holds. They got into a 3rd and 32 for the second time in the game on a drive where a field goal probably would have won it for them. And then the Bears are driving down the field, and they have more penalties. I believe they tried to call timeouts on back-to-back timeouts before a play was run. Flagged for that. So, yeah, the Lions are a poorly coached team at this point.
Oh,
They are playing poorly.
that's
Jared Goff completed 84% of his passes, had a QB rating of 121, and it was the least impressive 100-plus QB rating performance I've ever seen in my life. Andy Dalton looked better than Jared Goff, and Andy Dalton had a pick and just one touchdown. Andy Dalton is much better than Justin Fields right now. That was my takeaway for the Bears.
His facial hair game is on point, too.
Yeah, his beard looks good.
It is on point. I was
am not,
damn, Andy. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not an Andy Dalton fan. He annoys the hell out of me. I've made that very clear. But that beard is A+.
But that's also why you're never going to be a true Bills fan. Bills fans love Andy Dalton.
Why?
Because he raised all that money.
Yeah,
so way to go. Don't even
he
know your
raised
team's
money?
history. It's like the money like got raised like for like a charity, and the Bengals and Bills have like that kind of connection where there's lots of donations going on and raising money and fundraising and all wholesome goodness. So
Yeah, no, that's fine. You can be a good person. I can still hate you for no reason.
that's fine.
That's
America.
America.
That's valid.
That's the America I know, Tom. I am thankful for being able to hate whoever I want without reason. And that is Andy. Actually, it all came down to when JJ Watt called him the Red Ryder BB gun, and Andy got all sad about it. Was like, oh, I expected more from JJ Watt. That's a not nice thing to say. Well, JJ Watt, what's he out there doing? He's paying for funerals. He's a good guy. He can call you soft, Andy. He can call you soft. But that beard makes you look hard. It
does. He would be able to get into that place in SpongeBob where it's for tough guys. He'd be able to walk right in.
He could get into a rated R movie with that beard.
Oh, 100%. And they wouldn't even ID him, honestly. No. They would just be like, absolutely, sir, right after you. But yeah, that was a terrible game. I thankfully only watched the last 2 minutes because I was busy recording the East Thanksgiving video. So I only watched the last 2 minutes, and I was just continuously laughing because of how bad it actually was. And again, I only watched the last 2 minutes of the game. Whoa! Alexander Winnifitty! Bills fans love Andy Dalton because Dalton's win with the Bengals week 17 of the 2017 season helped the Bills end their playoff drought. Bills thanked Dalton by donating to his charity. That's what it is.
The Bills donated to Andy's charity. He didn't do SHIT. He didn't do nothing.
I mean, well, he got the Bills into the playoffs.
Yeah, but
so that was
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's all right.
Remy Luck. Yes, Remy Luck.
That would be amazing if he did that. If he just did like stripes of black against the orange.
He should have.
You know what? Now, actually, I don't really like Andy Dalton.
Thank you. That's all I ask. Is everybody hate Andy Dalton?
But though I do, no, you know what? That's a lie. I love Andy Dalton. He took $10 million from the Bears. Like
nice.
You know what? And he saved Matt Nagy's job. So you know what?
Yeah, he's doing a lot to ruin the Bears franchise.
He's really helping me as a Green Bay Packers fan. So
I guess my one question for you is, do you think the Matt Nagy firing rumors were true and then the Bears backpedaled out of it? Or did that guy who never talks or reports about football just make that up out of nowhere?
I feel like, well, apparently, and I saw that on Twitter yesterday, there were staff members who saw that story and went up to Matt Nagy saying it was a pleasure working with you.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like there has to be, like, some credence to it.
I think the assumption he's gone, and they're like, oh, this is just happening early.
Well, because, like, that's the thing. It makes you look like a really bad organization that it's like, hey, he's going to get fired, and they haven't played their game yet. Like, it just, like, why are the players going to play? You know what I mean? Like, we're all professionals, and they're getting paid money and all that great stuff, but I just feel like it would have looked really bad. So I'm all for that, by the way. Mitch Trubisky, the MVP, got some playing time, but they didn't let him throw the ball, cowards.
No. At this point, I'll take Mitch. Oh, I got a 50 for my kitty.
Oh, baby.
I got a 50 for my kitty. Paul Severance. Man.
I got you.
You the man, Paul.
Thankful for both the fellow fans. Really single, lost this invitation with my pup.
Uh-oh. Paul, he's in all the
Oh,
streams. Big
damn.
supporter. We wish you the best. Sorry about the breakup.
Sucks.
Sorry about the pup.
That sucks
Stay
more.
strong, Paul. Stay strong.
That's it.
We're here
Show
for
that
you.
puppy your love. Just throw little rocks at the window and hold a stereo over your head to play your dog's favorite song.
Here's my suggestion, Paul. If you're feeling sad because of things happening in your life, turn that sadness into hate and hate Andy Dalton.
You want him to become a Sith Lord? Is that what you're? Oh,
That's the angle of the show, Tom. I'm the dark side. You're the force. That's the good side. You're the light. I'm the dark side. You're the light
sorry.
side.
Did you say I'm the force? I'm sorry. Did you just say the dark side and the force are opposites? Perna, what?
May the force be with you, Tom.
Oh, God, Dumbledore said that. Buddy.
May the force be with you, Tom.
Buddy.
Take me to Ramulac.
Okay, first
Take
of all.
me to Ramulac. Beam me up to Luke Skywalker so he can defeat the golems in Helm's Deep.
I mean, golems, and that actually kind of works with Helm's Deep. Neither here nor there. But listen, first of all,
just kidding. I know
people will always triumph over good because good is dumb. Spaceballs quote Mel Brooks. 1. 2, Sith just have more fun, baby. Like they just have more fun. Sure, are you Anakin Skywalker and you kill some kids? I mean, yeah, you're gonna break a few eggs with making an omelet. But I mean, like Force lightning, yes, 100%. They got red lightsabers, which are fantastic, and signs of chlamydia. Like they just have it all, really, and they get great cloaks. So
you want me to be the light side?
Well, I think that we're past that. So, like, I mean. The S in our show could stand for Sith.
Ooh, Grossi Perna Sith.
Grossi Perna Sith Lords.
Yeah, GPSL. We're gonna add L.
GPSL. John, make a new intro. just force lightning.
Take me to Darth Vader. Take me to Darth Vader. Demetrius, fire Mat Nagy.
Oh yeah. Demetrius, why would you want to fire Mat Nagy? He's doing great. He's doing great. Ref Hockley was the best guy on the Raiders so long.
Man, Ref Hockley is flexed all over America.
It's not how the Force works. All right,
before we move on from the Lions, I'll say I think had DeAndre Swift not been injured in this game, the Lions would have won. I think they would have won. That's how much I think of DeAndre Swift. And that's how little I think of the Bears. Most Jedis were mean.
That's it. From my point of view, the Jedi are evil. Well, then you are lost. Sorry.
Jedi are mean, they are, you will.
Yoda. Nailed it.
What is that? That was Yoda's estranged mother?
Yes, Yoda.
And Gollum at the same time?
My precious.
My precious.
I want my precious.
Yoda. We haven't even gotten to 10 minutes before we're off the rails. Let's talk about the Raiders Cowboys, Perna.
Look at this. Look at this dumb stat. 14 plus penalties for both teams. 100 plus yards in penalties for both teams.
Yes.
First time that's happened in the NFL in 18 years.
Okay.
Which means friggin' vapes weren't even invented for kids to buy yet. You know what I mean? They got to be 18 to buy the vape pens. Weren't even invented the last time an NFL game was that over officiated. So I put up a video about fixing flags in the NFL.
You did.
Simplified some things. I think by the grace of the Dark Lord himself, Lord Sidious from Darth Vader's aunt's side, I put the Cowboys in the thumbnail. It was like Dak Prescott's legs and then a couple flags.
He could be Waterboy.
And now the flags for the Cowboys are what everybody's talking about because that game was crazy. And it's bad if Tom and I got to sit here and probably defend the Cowboys a little bit for getting jerked around by the officials. I said One, pass interference. NFL should change it to 15 yards. That would have given the Raiders on their 3rd and 18 that got PI'd. They would have been in 3rd and 3. Dallas would have had a chance to stop them. Also, the underthrown ball being pass interference.
Dude.
Dumbest play in the NFL. QBs are literally rewarded for throwing bad passes.
And Tom Brady said, like, legit me, I know it's FYTB all day, but like Tom Brady said that was the beginning of the year. Like when he was going through it, he's like, listen, the QBs have a responsibility. Like you throwing a ball and like a wide receiver gets his head taken off. Like that's on the QB for throwing a bad football. Like, and I agree with him wholeheartedly, but they're never going to do that because they want to promote this passing league. But you watch that, like, here's the thing. The defender never turned around, right? He was playing the defender and not the ball. So I can see it. But the fact that it's underthrown and like, it really isn't that egregious. And I think the fact that it's a spot foul too is just what kills it. Like if it's like a 5-yarder or a 10 yards, I'm like, okay. But the fact that it's a spot foul, it changes the entire dynamic of the game.
You know how I think, or how I know that this might get addressed now, is because Jerry Jones angry. Jerry Jones was complaining about the officiating after the game.
Yeah.
When Jerry Jones gets mad, oh, the NFL's got to listen because he's the real owner of the NFL. Jerry Jones has more power than anyone in the NFL. And if he's upset about it, I think we'll finally see some change.
Now, here's the thing. First of all, people were asking this yesterday, was that the most penalized game ever? And no, because I had to go and do some research, and it was 1976. 39 flags, 310 penalty yards. Yeah.
37 flags?
It was 39.
39.
Seattle Seahawks, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, that's a game I want to see. And because the game that I saw yesterday was the worst officiating game I've ever seen since the Cowboys-Chargers game earlier this season, because that one was pretty bad, too, when you had over 20 flags. And it got to a point where, one, and the Grossi Posse can attest to this, we have new emotes for our members that say laundry, and it's just the flag, which is phenomenal because there were so many. And so now every time there was laundry on the field, we're throwing those emotes out. And two, those last, like the field goal kick, there was like 3 penalties back to back. It was offsides. Then there was like they got pushed back, and it was phenomenal. It became a joke. Though I will say, if it was my team playing, I'd be absolutely furious. So, like, I can make fun of it because it's the Cowboys, but in all honesty, it's terrible for the game. It's legitimately terrible because it makes the game unwatchable.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. The 4 pass interference penalties on the Cowboys. I'm sure 2 of those were legit. Okay, probably. 2 of them, fine. The roughing the passer of Derek Carr, really bad call. Really, there was not even an inkling of roughing. That's the thing. Like, he wasn't hit. Nobody landed on him. I don't know why it was called. He threw the ball and everybody was kind of falling down and touched him a little bit. It
was bad.
It's so bad.
Like,
I'm glad I wasn't invested in that game, and I was only interested in Dak hitting the over in passing yards.
Like, that's the thing. The offsides, like, they were valid penalties. I was just laughing because I was like, they have 23 penalties. And then, like, by the end of the game, it was at 28. And I'm like, there's been a 2-minute span. And it got funny.
And so the Raiders were flagged for a false start because the center looked down at the football.
That's what happened in the Packers game. The Packers got called for a false start because the center lifted his head and they called a false start on it.
Yeah. Let's make snapping the ball more difficult. That makes sense, guys.
That's it. Well, so here's the problem is that I think you tweeted this out, unless I'm,
probably I'll take credit for it.
Didn't you say, like, which NFL refs do you want to see ruin the playoffs?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Something like that's a legitimate, like, right now. Like, yeah, this hurts the Cowboys. I still think they have a great shot at winning their division. However, the Eagles are not that far away, and they're playing the Giants this week.
Fly Eagles fly.
First of all. Second of all, is this what's going to happen, like, in the playoff? Like, there was, I forget what game it was. I think it might have been the Cowboys-Raiders, where there was a shove out of bounds. And like I think it was the Raiders hit like one of the Cowboys players. I think it was Pollard, like out of bounds a little bit. And he literally picked him up. He was basically what you do. Like if you have a younger sibling and you're like fighting and like you make them cry and you're like, shh, no, it's okay. Don't tell dad. Don't tell dad. That's what he did. He like picked him up. He's like dusting him off. He's like, no, it's okay, ref. Look, I didn't touch him. I swear. Like, it's like, there's legitimate fear in that man's eyes.
Yeah.
Of like, oh God, like, please don't throw a flag on me.
Yeah, and they had 2 ejections in the Cowboys-Raiders game. And the Raider, his last name is Teamer. He's a special teamer, which I found very funny.
That's great.
But he pulled the Cowboy out of bounds, refused to let him go, and then they both got ejected. That seemed a little egregious. And then the Darren Waller fumble play ruled incomplete pass when it looked pretty dang clear that he caught the ball and made a football move. It's every game, every week. You don't know. You just don't know what the refs are going to do. Yeah. Their interpretation of the rules are different than I think literally everybody else's on earth.
Well, maybe like that's what the NFL is trying to do. They're just like, hey, you know, how can we spice up the league a little bit more? Like they're going to start. I think you're going to see DraftKings prop bets on referees, on over-unders with the penalties. And I think that this is a way to do so. They're like, oh, you got Hockley. Like, okay, like, you know what you're going to get now. Like there's the one officiating group that it's called like taunting like 7 times. Yeah. Like it's just like, wow, like that's another thing. So when we're doing previews of all these games, it's to be like, all right, you know, we talk about offense and defense, but let's talk about the officiating crew and what we were going to see late and break down those stats. So, yeah,
if the NFL wants to spice up the game, they should just allow players to show midriff. Like they've got rules that your jersey's got to be tucked in. And I say, show the abs, show more abs. And I hope the guy who commented during Clickbait Sports that as soon as we started talking about how hot the NFL head coaches were, he couldn't watch anymore. I hope he's watching again. And I hope you have to look at midriff. How insecure do you got to be like, oh my God, these guys are talking about hot dudes. I'm out of here. I say more hot dude talk.
That's true. There's the coin, by the way. You know about the coin on Reddit?
Oh, yeah, kind of. I saw the thread today. I didn't click on it.
He literally he's done a coin flip on every Raiders game, and it's been right. So all 11 games have been correct. And he has the Raiders going 10-7. I think that's phenomenal.
That's very possible.
Second of all, I know that we talk a lot about curses on this show. And I just want to, it's been a week. Well, actually, no, it's been over a week now no, it hasn't. I don't know what time is anymore. It's been like 5 days. That Scooter tweeted out after the Green Bay Packers lost, and this was the best team in the NFC, and did lots of laughing emojis, what have you, right? Really making fun of the Packers. And so on stream publicly during that Chiefs game, I myself cursed the Dallas Cowboys. I cursed them, and I cursed them real good. And guess what? You lost against the Chiefs. You lost against the Raiders.
Tom, I already cursed him. Like, you cursed a cursed team. Doesn't matter.
Oh, okay, fine. So you're just saying that your curses. Okay, you know what? Fine. I guess you have a trademark on curses. You know what? I try to just introduce some levity to this show. It's a very serious show, and I thought, you know what? Let's lighten the mood a little bit. And now you're just like, Tom, no, we're gonna get a copyright dispute. Okay, fine.
I'm gonna copyright claim all your videos now.
The best part is every now and then you could do that. Like,
let me bridge us back together. When we both curse a team,
yes,
watch the fuck out. That's the new message. Unnecessary F-bomb.
That's it.
Okay, so we both cursed the Cowboys, and they've lost 3 of their last 4 games.
Yeah, they did.
So basically, during Clickbait, we need to ask Scooter how much he's willing to pay us to uncurse them.
That's accurate. Yes, that is 100% accurate. Let's
extort money from Scooter.
Yeah. I mean, listen, he's going to lose both bets with me. He's already lost the one. The Colts are going to finish better than the Falcons, right? They're going to be fine. Falcons are quivering, by the way, with that stat. So all I'm saying is, Scooter, you done messed up.
You done messed up, Scoots.
And you know why he messed up? Brandon Perna? Because he probably didn't go to DraftKings Sportsbook.
Ooh. But before I plug DraftKings,
I
I need you to remember something for me, Tom.
I got you.
Because during my stream last night, somebody came up with a good punishment for Scooter.
Oh.
For if it happens in clickbait. And it is Scooter has to reenact
Johnny John John!
Scooter Elway for a punishment. And I was like, that's a good punishment to do.
That's great.
So let's just try to remember that if Scooter gets the punishment.
Has to reenact Scooter Elway.
Because I will totally forget.
We can have like his girlfriend like be on the side, the one to record.
Yeah.
Woo!
Exactly. And that took place in Florida. So like, Scooter's in Florida. You know what? Is DraftKings in Florida? I don't know. Because I am stupid. But if you want to be smart and turn your money into more money, check out DraftKings Sportsbook. Legal disclaimer, get you right in the money pants because GPS is the code, promo code. Oh, that's good too. That's a good reenactment.
That was weird.
Dude, it's the most uncomfortable thing I've ever seen anybody do ever. And DraftKings Sportsbook is America's top-rated sportsbook app. When you use code GPS, they're going to match your deposit bonus of up to $1,000.
$1 million.
Remember, I don't know if I told you guys this, but I won. I hit my 3-headed monster parlay from Thursday football. I was not sold on whether or not Derek Carr could hit the over. If I would have put that in there, I could have won even more money. So my advice to you is go with your gut. Listen to your gut.
Listen to your heart.
Especially if you have indigestion.
When he's calling for you.
And code GPS will never give you indigestion. And if sportsbooks aren't available in your state, don't forget DraftKings Fantasy app, offering millions of dollars in prizes every week. Code GPS, link in the description. DraftKings, official sponsor of Grossi Perna Sith Lords.
You tell him goodbye.
All right, what were we gonna do right before this?
John Wick chapters 1 through 3 on Blu-ray are on sale for $15 total.
Wow,
nice bundle.
Wow.
I just want to throw it out there. It's Black Friday, so the deals are coming left and right. So I just wanted to.
Black Friday deals?
Yeah.
Benchwarmerbrew.com, 25% off all our copies.
You see what I did there?
T-shirt pre-orders happening now. You can get Urinating Trees shirt. You can get 5 Point shirt. You can get my shirt. Or you can get 25% off our coffee. Benchwarmerbrew.com.
Done.
Coffee is drugs, so buy some drugs.
That's it.
All right.
Okay. We got one more game to talk about, and that is the Bills Saints game. And I have a very complicated question for you.
Sure.
Was the Bills defense that good, or was it the Saints offense that was just putrid?
Two things can be true.
That's right. Good, because there's nuance in this world. That was the correct answer, Brandon Perna, because that's what it was last night, because the Bills defense was pretty darn good, but holy macaroni, the Saints offense was horrible. And listen, they got lots of injuries. Kamara's not there. Like, I get it. They got lots of injuries, but they were bad. The first half was actually a pretty competitive game. It was pretty close. And then the Bills were like, okay, I'm done now. And like, it's like when the cat finds a mouse and is like, oh, you're like my new friend. Like, we're playing, we're having a good time. At some point, I'm going to eat you though. And that's what happened in that game. And I will say, especially in the first half, the Bills didn't look amazing. Like Josh Allen, he struggled a little bit. The Saints defense was playing pretty darn well. They were getting after the quarterback. They couldn't really establish the run game. My singing sounds like a walrus giving birth to farm equipment. That might be the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life. And
yeah, who's singing? Tom's or mine?
I was just singing. Were you singing too?
No, I mean, I feel like we were both just singing.
Oh, now I need to know which one. I mean, a walrus giving birth to a John Deere tractor though.
You mean Andy Reid giving birth to a John Deere tractor? Swish.
That's my that's an image that's not gonna leave my head now.
I am the walrus.
Cuckoo, cuckoo. Anyway,
here's the Bills you were talking about.
Yeah, the Saints have lost 4 straight games now. They've lost 4 straight games. Trevor Siemian did not look good last night, like at all.
Saints couldn't run the ball. They have no legit receiving weapons right now, and you're asking a backup quarterback to try and win without the 2 most explosive players on that team, and Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram, and a banged-up offensive line. Near impossible task for Trevor Siemian. So anybody down on Trevor Siemian needs to settle. Trevor Siemian's a legend. He's a serviceable QB.
Serviceable.
But he had no service. He had no service to help him.
No bars.
Drew Brees should have came in at halftime. He was there. Just let Drew Brees play.
With his new hair.
Here's what's troubling for the Bills. Tre'Davious White left the game with an injury, and they are, hey, whoa.
Favorite case to be harder than a Bears win.
Wow. I like how he gave you $50 to tell me Simeon sucks.
Yep.
That's pretty funny.
Worth it. Pay for the kitty.
Kitty for the kitty.
For the kitty.
Trey White, they think he might have torn his ACL.
That's horrible.
He is top 2, top 3 corner in the NFL. Just quietly always elite. And that would be a huge blow for their defense. I know they have a lot of players in the secondary in Buffalo. Their safeties it's probably the best safety tandem in the league with Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer. But like, that's a hard one to come back from if that's true. So also the Bills offense should have scored more points.
They should have, yes.
They were in the red zone. Josh Allen's arm got hit on a throw. So the second pick, not his fault.
Not his fault. Nope.
First pick, definitely his fault.
Yes. Also
troubling for the Bills, even though they got yards running the ball, they did not run the ball well.
Correct.
Both Breda and Devin Singletary, I think 2.9 yards per carry were their average. So really, I'm thinking about like the Buffalo Bills offseason. They need to improve their offensive line.
Again.
And probably find an elite edge rusher. And then Bills might be who we thought they could be this season. But the next month or so is going to test Buffalo. Patriots coming up twice. Buccaneers. We're going to find out if my Billies can get to the Super Bowl.
We're going to find out.
To find out.
I had a comment. I had it.
Sorry.
And I lost it.
I'm not going to try to change your mind, Ryan.
Yeah, why would I try and change your mind? It's accurate. That's 100% accurate.
Accurate. We're almost at 2,000 viewers.
I know. I've been watching. We're hovering around. Close. We're hovering. It's gonna go down now. Yeah, because Taysom Hill is injured, right? Oh, that's what I wanted to say. I'm actually gonna go back to the Cowboys game for a hot second. I'm so sorry.
We can do whatever we want.
Because last night there were a lot of people crapping on the Cowboys, like a lot, and deservedly so because of their fan base. But I was sitting there and I was like, guys, like, listen. It's a short week. You don't have your top 2 wide receivers, and you're going up against like an okay team in the Raiders. I don't think, there's and the O-line's banged up. I don't think that there's a single team in the NFL that could go on a short week without their top 2 wide receivers. Hell, make it even top 3 wide receivers. And you know what? Put it on the road. There's no team in the NFL who can do that. Oh, wait, the Green Bay Packers did it against the Arizona Cardinals. Suck it, Cowboys, forever and in perpetuity. You want to say, oh, we didn't have CeeDee Lamb, we didn't have Amari Cooper. We didn't have 3, didn't have the O-line, and we knocked off the Cardinals, the only undefeated team left in the NFL. So you say, oh, man, the Cowboys are better than the Packers? In your dreams. Sorry, that's all I wanted to say. I forgot. I remember the comment. I'm glad.
Bills Mafia forever. Okay. That's a good point because a lot of excuses for Dallas. And wasn't Scooter talking about their tackle?
Yes.
Left tackle.
Oh, did you have that video? I think you retweeted it.
I can bring it up.
It was amazing.
Is it Tyron Smith? Is that who their left tackle is?
I think so. But that was fun. Oh, yeah, no, Bobby Tunyon as well. That was absolutely incredible. If you haven't seen this video, so basically the left tackle on one of the plays, like he doesn't even block. We hit 2,000 views, by the way. 2,000
Yeah.
viewers. Let's get literally doesn't block and just turns to his right to where the guard is and starts blocking the guard. And they're like playing patty cake for a second while the edge rusher just runs around him.
And hits Dak and ruins the throw.
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah. Do you have that vid?
I don't have the video, but I do have this. Was he trying to cry? Is that what was?
I think so. Man, I haven't seen fake tears like that since, I don't know, last week. That's crazy.
It is just so weird. It goes on for 23 seconds. Like, what are we thinking, Skip? What are we thinking?
Yep.
There is no way you can post that video and then walk into work the next day and call yourself Drip Bayless again.
No, you can't do that.
You can't even drip tears.
Troy Aikman calling Andy Dalton a good QB for him to fumble the snap. It's the commentator's curse, baby. It's Drip Bayless has a new meaning.
Yeah.
It's tears dripping from his face.
Yeah, that video was disturbing. Like, he's trying to be funny, and I think he just scared children everywhere.
He did, because it's like, can I get a 1? Can I get a 1? Can I get the...
Oh, yeah.
It's disturbing, honestly. It's pretty horrifying. So, yeah. He's scared adults, too. Yeah, I agree. But that's the thing. Is it a parody? Is there anything that's a parody anymore? I don't know. I don't know what the NFL is anymore. I don't know if I ever knew what it was, but I definitely don't know what it is this year. Like, Skip Bayless literally trying to cry for 26 seconds is interesting.
It's just weird. It made me feel weird in my tummy.
I saw that after the Lions scored a touchdown, I got 12 guys. Well, Lions already used to scoring touchdowns.
Buck roasted him.
Joe Buck is coming in hot. I thought you retweeted that video.
Which one?
The one with the tackle.
Oh yeah, you want me to bring that up?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll bring it up.
Because it's worth watching. It's funny. Oh yeah, because it was John Machota. Chode?
We got the chodes. The bows.
All right,
look at this.
Watch this. Ready? He just turns and blocks the guard. And the best part is the guard turning around in that video going, dude, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, he thought the guard thought this was, you're supposed to block that guy on the edge.
Oh, Bears.
He did not understand the assignment. He did not understand the assignment.
It's kind of phenomenal, though. It's kind of phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. Daniel Carlson, 100% Midnight Cowboy. Look at that. Look at that. That tweet will never get the credit it deserves. Shout out to Big Cat for promoting benchwarmerbrew.com. What else happened on Twitter?
I love how you're just going. We still have all the games to talk about for this week.
What if we bring up benchwarmerbrew.com? Look at this. Now we're getting weird. Okay, I'm done. I'm done.
Okay, we're good. Yeah, Daniel Carlson had himself a nice. God does hate the Detroit Lions. That is accurate. But so does the NFL. So, that's a thing. All right, let's there's a bunch of games we got to talk about. Brandon Perna.
Yeah,
coming up this week.
Big football week. Good games. Good games.
It is. Ready, set, max. You should always be on the Packers bandwagon. That just proves to you that you should always do it. I highlighted some games I thought were going to be interesting. Steelers Bengals could be an interesting because the AFC North, like the AFC West, is pure chaos. It's pure chaos. Yeah. I feel like the entire AFC is chaos because like the East is becoming a little bit of a battle. The South is becoming a battle between the Titans and the Colts. And all those teams are just on top of each other too. Like there's no clear favorite of, oh yeah, they're amazing. Like they're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I think Steelers-Bengals could be good. I actually had the Steelers upsetting the Bengals here.
Oh.
Sorry, Kitty goes me.
The AFC North is so confusing that sometimes you'll forget to put the Ravens in your power rankings. That's how perplexing the AFC North is. I'm going to give the Bengals the win against the Steelers. Wait, is TJ Watt playing?
He should be, yes.
Ooh.
That's why I picked the Steelers.
That could be an upset. I'm gonna roll with the Bengals though. I just want them to win. I think this game is a toss-up.
Yes.
So I'll say the Bengals got a chance there. I think if they continue to just pound the rock with Joe Mixon.
Yes.
Like we all talk about Joe Burrow, we talk about the passing game, Jamar Chase, amazing rookie, having a great season. But really, when that running game's going, it does their defense a lot of favors.
Yes.
It's just keep doing that because they did it to the Raiders. I don't know if they can do it to the Steelers, but Austin Eckler had a field day against Pittsburgh, again without TJ Watt. So that's the X factor.
But so did the Lions, though. That's what I actually mentioned that in the predictions video.
Ooh.
Because I said that, saying that, hey, like the Lions ran all over them. Then the Chargers did too. If the Bengals could do it, they could win.
Last night during the live streams, we got into three-way talks. My wife and I. And
I would say there's no we here. I literally just like tuned in, and I think was that the We Love Jess raid?
One of them, something happened.
One of it, and Jess was just like threesome, and I was like, "What happened?"
Yeah, my wife brought it up, which should worry me.
I mean, Perna, I'd take so good care of you.
I know.
We would do GPS live though.
Boom.
Live from Perna's bedroom. It's Friday morning. Nailed it. And nailing it. Titans Patriots.
Ooh. Man. This should be
bonk.
I wish this game was happening like 2 weeks from now, and we could say the Titans, maybe they don't have Derrick Henry, but they're getting a little healthy. Because right now, that team is very, very injured. I'm going to try to see if I can look up the Titans injury report.
It's just the whole team. It's just
everyone.
I will say, I still pick the Titans to win, and I want them to win so bad, but I feel like the Patriots are going to win because of what you're looking up right now, because of how beaten up the Titans are right now.
Yeah.
It's wild. And I think considering how bad they looked last week, I think they'll do better. But it's going to come down to that defense. Can they get after Mac Jones? And can they stop the run? That's what it's going to be.
I mean, A.J. Brown being healthy, like that has to happen. Yes. They cannot play without A.J. Brown. Jeremy McNichols in the concussion protocol. It's just like Tannehill has no help right now. And I think I heard on Good Morning Football that the Patriots have the best scoring differential in the NFL right now. So defense giving up very few points and the offense and defense scoring. So, yeah, I think the Patriots will win that. In the Pick'em League this week, though, but Will and I basically did the opposite of what we thought for every game. So I think we picked the Titans. We're like, it's not working. So everything we think is going to happen, we're going to take the opposite. I took the Titans to win. I hope the Titans win.
Yeah.
That's feels like people are going to be on the Patriots bandwagon very hard after
hard if they win that game. Oh, yeah.
Game of the week, though, I think is Colts Buccaneers, Tom.
That, honestly, that game, I'm a little upset that it's not live because I get the Jets and Giants at the same time at 1 o'clock.
Jets and Giants? Oh.
Yep. Because, like, the Giants are playing the Eagles, so that's going to be on Fox, and then the Jets are going to be on CBS, and it's just not... I could watch on Sunday Ticket, and I was actually thinking about streaming all 3 games again on Sunday because I hate my sleep schedule, but I was like, you know what? It's going to be delayed, and people are going to be like, oh, you're delayed, and
Don't do it.
I don't want it. I'm going to miss Packers-Ravens because the Giants and Jets are on in a couple weeks. I'm not happy about that.
Ooh.
But Sunday Ticket, it's just not the same. It's not the same. I think that game has potential to be very, very good. And I want the Colts to win very badly.
Oh, yeah. We're starting to talk about Jonathan Taylor as an MVP candidate, a fringe MVP candidate because he's a running back.
True.
But if he can put up, say, $150 on the Buccaneers run defense, boom, put him to the top of the MVP discussion. And that's going to be the challenge. Like, I think the Colts are legit. I think they're a for real team.
Yeah.
And it all starts with Jonathan Taylor. Carson Wentz, he's an effective quarterback.
But he just has to stand there.
He just has to be above average.
Yep.
And I just want to see Jonathan Taylor destroy Tampa Bay. I want to be sold on a running back can win MVP award. I want to be sold on that hot take. I really do. And this is the game he can make that case. So.
You know what I want to see? I want to see Derrick Henry come back in the playoffs and have the Titans go against the Colts again.
Oh my God. I want to, and 500 rushing yards combined in that game.
They actually never throw the ball. They never throw the, like there's an agreement at the kickoff. They are like shaking hands at the coin toss and they're like, listen, we're just not going to throw the ball. Like we're going to kneel. We're going to have a touchback. We're going to kneel every single kick. And the only way we're getting yards is by running the football. Exactly. And even if like if there was a fumble, the defense recover it, they kneel it immediately. And that's the entire game. That's the entire game.
Yeah.
So
I love that idea. And the Bucs, they are back at number 1 on yards allowed run defense by 100 yards right now. So yeah, this is a real test. Because we know the Colts are the best rushing team right now, right? Come on. Oh, they're third best.
The Browns.
They're coming up hot.
Look at the Eagles.
I know.
They remember like a few weeks ago, we were like, they just don't run the football. Yeah. And now they're just like, we run the football. And look what happens.
Yep.
They're winning football games.
Look at it. I mean, Browns, Eagles, Colts, Ravens, Titans, Cardinals in there. Bills in there? Interesting.
I love it's Josh Allen.
Yeah, it really is.
So, in addition, you got your AFC West matchup between the Chargers and the Broncos.
Oh man, this is what I'm rooting for, Tom.
Oh yeah,
Broncos beat the Chargers. Broncos beat the Chiefs. Broncos get blown out by the Lions. If I have to sacrifice the Broncos to the Lions for wins over the Chiefs and Chargers, I'm willing to do it. Denver coming off a bye week. Denver has a strength versus weakness in this game. Chargers can't stop the run. The Broncos, when they commit to the run, they can do it. Javonte Williams, apparently on pace for most broken tackles ever by any human. I just am not confident, even if the run game is working, that the Broncos will commit to it. That's just kind of their MO. Got some rest. Chargers coming off a big win where they almost gave it up to the Steelers, 27 points in that fourth quarter, as you mentioned on Monday. But or Wednesday or whenever that happened.
I don't know dates anymore. It's all
in
week 12, folks. Like we don't know. Like we're in the thick of it. We're like, oh, only a few more weeks. Nope. There's 6 more weeks after this one.
See, by this time in the season, you should be sort of confident in knowing what your team can do. So like I could see the Broncos losing to the Chargers, losing to the Chiefs, and losing to the Lions. I can see them losing to the Chargers, beating the Chiefs, or beating the Chargers, losing to the Chiefs. I could see them winning all 3 of those games. And I really could see them win against Chargers, Chiefs, and lose to the Lions. Like, that's how bad and good the Broncos are at times. Usually it's within one game. They look like the worst team I've ever seen. They look like a competent team, and then they just are average for most of it. So,
well, I mean, don't feel bad because if the Lions do beat the Broncos, they'll already have beaten the Vikings, so you won't have to feel bad. Perna, I don't think you understand. I would be so happy. Like, I know you shouldn't invest your emotional well-being into football. You shouldn't because it's not healthy. But I'm investing, and it's not even on my own team. The salt is so real. It's Himalayan salt. It's so fine against the Vikings. And the way that they acted like they won the Super Bowl, the ultimate come down would be to be beaten by the Lions. I want it. So when I go to bed at night, I open a history book and I go through every deity that has ever lived or been spoken about, whether it was oral history or whether it was recorded history, and I pray to every single one of them. And I'm like, hey, make it happen. So that's what I want. That's what I want. By the way, the Packers playing the Rams this week.
My takeaway there was
Yeah.
Tom goes to bed at night and opens up a history book.
Sure.
And now I know what gets you going.
Well, that'll be helpful. So, like, if you could have like the latest edition of a European history book when I come over, that'd be great.
European history from 00 to present.
That's a very large history book.
Yes.
Usually
it's it's a set of books.
Whoa. Someone's got a library. Okay, Mr. Fancy Pants. There you go.
Ooh, one
Perna.
player in Broncos history you'd want at their prime right now. Peyton Manning.
I was gonna say Peyton Manning.
John Elway. Put John Elway on this Broncos team. I'm assuming you don't mean quarterback because that's too easy.
Can he have a scooter?
Elway plays the whole game on a scooter.
Well, like, you know what though? That's illegal. He should be able to do it on like rollies. What are those called? Like the rollerblade shoes? Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wheelies. They're called wheelies. Yeah, and he just because he can't run too much anyway, he just like gets a little bit of a run and just glides down to the 40. That's it.
Oh man.
That's it. Okay. So Packers Rams. This could be a tough game. Rashawn Gary could play. Aaron Jones even could play. Positive.
Getting Gary back's huge.
That is huge. They missed him mightily.
Huger than Aaron Jones, in my opinion. Although Preston Smith really stepped up without Gary there. You can't really even mention Zadarius Smith anymore because he's been gone for so long.
Correct.
Like, I think there's a shelf life for, bitching about a guy who's not playing because he's hurt. And Zadarius Smith, far past that. And the Packers got production without him.
Do I have still?
Yeah. Well, Zaire's fair because last week was the first week you saw Kevin King and Stokes both play poorly at the same time for the first time this season. It's not like they've been perfect, but I think they've been better than expected,
Heelys. I'm sorry.
Heelys is what it's called. Thank you, Josh Allen.
Thank you. Yeah, it's yep. Heelys, wheelies, Bailey's.
Heelys, wheelies, dealies.
I think this game either the Packers are able to sneak it out, but there's potential they get blown out depending on who's playing.
Yeah. Here's what's funny too about this game is like everyone's complaining that the Rams brought in Von Miller and Odell Beckham Jr. and they haven't won anything since doing it. Those guys have been on the same field with the Rams for one game at the same time. Odell had like 4 days to try and learn what they do on offense. I'm not saying he can be the X factor, the difference maker, but let those guys get acclimated. I think a bye week came at the right time for the Rams.
True.
I think we're going to see a good Rams football team go up against the Packers. I really don't know who's going to win that game. I won't be surprised either way. All we know is Aaron Rodgers, even with the fractured toe, still clutch. I saw like his fourth quarter stats or when the game is on the line stats from this season, and they're just stupid. Like he makes no mistakes in the clutch. It's insane.
Well, the concern is like I would feel a lot more confident, but Jenkins being hurt and Josh Neiman, who does a nice job, but like trying to defend against a Von Miller or an Aaron Donald is going to be problematic. So that's why I think like obviously they're going to game plan for him. I love Aaron Jones to be in. I feel like you're going to get a lot of chipping going on because they're just going to have to try and protect Rodgers. But this is a team that like you can't get off to a slow start with, and the Packers are infamous for slow starts this season. Like their first half at the Vikings game was horrible, and they've done that against the Lions. They've done that against so many other teams. Like they need to come out swinging because if the Rams actually do well, then yeah, Jets Texans number one pick. I mean, the Lions are trying.
They got the Lions. Lions got that on lock.
It's all right. When they sweep do they have to play on? Have the Lions played the Vikings anymore? Like already? I honestly don't know. I haven't been paying attention. They did already. I was gonna say they could sweep them. That would have been fun. All right, I'll just take a win. Did they beat them like real bad last time? It's 19-17. Oh, they could lose. Oh, that was that field goal. Oh, they could lose. Oh, please. Oh, man, I'm going to have to go through a history book again. So that's going to be a good game. Perna, your Sunday night game could be real good. But no one knows. The Ravens lost to the Dolphins. You know, they were able to stumble their way to a victory against the Bears. Chubb and Hunt are supposed to be playing on Sunday, which is big. I picked the Browns to win.
Ooh,
I
that
did.
really justified me forgetting about the Ravens. So go Browns. Lamar Jackson will be back. I think the Ravens will win at home. But, you know, the Browns are a team that's been really injured and getting no credit for playing through the injuries. Baker Mayfield maybe should or shouldn't be playing. I don't know. He's hurt. So you're not getting a good look at Baker. But yeah, Hunt and Chubb, when healthy, that's the best tandem in the NFL. I don't even think it's close. And the Ravens defense, pretty porous. So you're right. I think that's a under the radar good game. This game we thought early in the season would be like a matchup. You're like, into November, these two teams going at it could be.
Oh, yeah.
And like they're still like it's still an important game, but I don't think anybody believes the Browns are a legit contender right now. And we just don't know about the Ravens. Like we don't.
By the way, the other game that's going to be completely weird is the 49ers Vikings. Who wins that game? Like legitimately, I don't know because it depends on which team shows up. Like, I have no idea it's being played in Santa Clara, but I legitimately have no clue. Like, that's a calling. I picked the Vikings to win because either way, I'm either right or they lose, and I'm happy. So that's called hedging your bets, kids. That's called hedging your bets. But I don't know. And then Monday's the Seattle Seahawks versus the Washington football team. That's going to be a real barn burner.
That's Washington's going to beat the brakes off of them.
I think they will. If the Seahawks of what the past few weeks show up, they're going to get destroyed.
Yeah.
They're going to get destroyed.
Football team starting to put it together a little bit. Look out.
Can you imagine if Washington won the division? Like the NFC East just like slowly degrades into what it was last year.
If Washington and Philly both finish ahead of Dallas.
Oh, man. Yep.
Would love it.
I'd be so happy.
I like when teams figure out an identity and commit to it. And I think that's what the Eagles have done right now. They're like, we got this young QB who is a dual threat quarterback.
Yep.
And we figured out we can run the ball. We can out physical teams up front and run the ball. And Jalen Hurts, when passing, very safe, limiting the turnovers. Eagles can run. Washington figuring out Taylor Heineke. Embrace the chaos that he brings because he can throw dimes, he can throw picks, but he is the most Brett Favre-like Brett Favre QB since Brett Favre. He's just not quite as good as Favre.
No. And he's also not on painkillers. So,
yeah,
that's also
you do have Dak, but I think the Cowboys could go back to 2020 Cowboys. They've lost 3 of their last 4. Luckily, they don't have to play any more AFC West teams. So, and there's going to be a ton of division games, you know?
Did they get swept?
No, the Chargers.
Oh, because that garbage game. Oh, that would have been such a clean. Oh, that would have been a clean sweep. That would have been nice.
Yep.
But we can't have
All
anything.
right. We did it, Tom. We GPS'd everybody.
We made it through the rain. Brian Perna, you got anything coming out today?
No. We're doing Thanksgiving today with my family. I'm going to record the Broncos prediction episode with Will Keys right after this. We're doing it a little different this week.
Oh.
And just don't forget benchwarmerbrew.com. It's our Black Friday sale. It is the cheapest time to get our coffee. So if you're interested, now's the time to do it.
I'll be having the Rams Packers preview coming out sometime today.
Boom.
We're doing that, and we'll rock and roll. We'll real quick. You know what? That's a great comment. Packers lose and the Trolls come out of their holes. The Cowboys lose and they're not at full strength. Yep. True. It's true. It's true. Every Vikings game decided by 7 points or less. Yeah. You say infuriating. I say entertaining.
Hilarious-inating.
Except when they beat us. Then I'm not entertained. But folks, hope you have a fantastic weekend. Hope you enjoy yourself. We appreciate you tuning in to another edition of a GPS. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. And baby, you've been navigated.
And you've reached your